The hidden economics of the wizarding world. When Harry Potter first opened his Gringotts vault, he discovered mountains of gold galleons, a stark contrast to the Weasleys' nearly empty vault containing just a handful of coins. In a society where magic can conjure nearly anything, how does such dramatic wealth disparity exist? The answer reveals uncomfortable truths about the wizarding economy. Fortune built on innovation. Harry inherited substantial wealth, but its origins are more complex than simple family legacy. The Potter fortune traces back to Linfred of Stinchcomb, a medieval wizard who developed healing potions that became commercial staples. His experimental remedies evolved into products like Skeel Grow and Pepper Up Potion, generating enormous profits. Centuries later, Harry's grandfather, Fleamont Potter, expanded the family wealth exponentially through Sleekeazy's hair potion. By capitalizing on cosmetic insecurities, he quadrupled the Potter fortune before selling the company. The Potter wealth represents entrepreneurial success, yet it also reveals how wizarding fortunes are built through commercializing solutions to problems, magical or otherwise. The Malfoy model. The Malfoys represent a different path to riches entirely. Their wealth wasn't earned through invention or enterprise, it was inherited through generations of aristocratic privilege. As members of the sacred 28 pureblood families, the Malfoys controlled land, held ministry influence, and maintained their status through strategic marriages. This exclusive list functioned as social gatekeeping, determining who belonged to wizarding elite circles. The Malfoys leveraged their position to accumulate political power alongside their gold, demonstrating that in the wizarding world, influence matters as much as currency. Their wealth perpetuated itself through a system designed to maintain hierarchy. Poverty among purebloods. The Weasleys present a puzzling case. As purebloods and members of the Sacred 28, they should theoretically enjoy comfortable circumstances. Instead, they struggled with constant financial hardship, second-hand robes, broken wands, and an almost empty Gringotts vault. Multiple children and modest ministry salaries partially explain their situation, but something deeper seems at play. Despite older children earning steady incomes and the twins running a successful business, the family's finances never stabilized. Even their lottery winnings disappeared quickly. Their status as blood traders, purebloods who championed muggleborns, may have cost them more than social standing. Some theorize their poverty wasn't circumstantial, but structural, possibly the result of old curses or systemic exclusion from pureblood economic networks. Remus Lupin's story. Remus Lupin exemplifies how prejudice creates poverty, regardless of talent. Despite being brilliant and capable, his lycanthropy condemned him to perpetual financial struggle. Wizarding society's refusal to employ werewolves trapped him in a cycle where his condition made employment nearly impossible. And unemployment reinforced stigma. His shabby robes and malnourished appearance weren't signs of incompetence. They were evidence of systematic discrimination. The wizarding world used prejudice as an economic weapon, ensuring marginalized groups remained powerless. Magic didn't eliminate inequality. It made exclusion more efficient. Banking and oppression. Every wizarding fortune flows through Gringotts, operated by goblins who manage security and maintain vaults. Yet goblins face systematic oppression, denied wands, political representation, and equal status. Wizards depend on goblin expertise, while refusing to share power or respect their cultural claims to goblin-made artifacts. This creates a disturbing irony. The entire wizarding financial system relies on exploiting the very beings who maintain it. Every vault, from Harry's to Voldemort's, exists within a structure built on subjugation, wealth, and friendship. Harry possessed more gold than he needed, while the Weasleys struggled constantly. Yet, he never offered financial help. This wasn't cruelty, but complicated social dynamics. Harry felt self-conscious about his wealth, and the Weasleys' fierce pride would never accept charity. The one time Harry gave money to Fred and George, he disguised it as tournament winnings. This tension reveals how wealth creates unspoken barriers, even in genuine friendships, and how pride can be both dignity and obstacle. Conclusion. The wizarding world's economy mirrors our own uncomfortable truths. Wealth concentrates through inheritance and exploitation. Prejudice manufactures poverty. And systemic inequality persists regardless of technological or magical advancement. Behind every pile of galleons lies a complex history of who gains access to prosperity and who remains locked out. The magical world has been shaped by 3 devastating conflicts, each leaving deep scars on wizarding society. Let's explore these wars that defined generations. Grindelwald's Reign of Terror, 1920s to 1945. Long before Voldemort, another dark wizard threatened the magical world. Gellert Grindelwald emerged in the early 20th century with a chilling vision. Wizards should rule over non-magical people. His slogan, "For the greater good," masked a brutal ideology of magical supremacy. Grindelwald's story intertwines tragically with Albus Dumbledore's past. As young men, they were close friends who shared dangerous ambitions about wizard dominance and the legendary Deathly Hallows. Their bond shattered when Dumbledore's sister Ariana died during a chaotic three-way duel. Grindelwald disappeared, while Dumbledore renounced his dark dreams forever. Over the following decades, Grindelwald built a terrifying movement. He constructed Nurmengard as both prison and fortress, gathering followers across Europe. His vision was ruthless: pure-blood wizards ruling at the top, half-bloods serving beneath them, and non-magical people enslaved like house elves. By the late 1930s, Grindelwald controlled much of continental Europe. He recruited giants and dark creatures, spreading chaos while the non-magical Second World War raged simultaneously. Yet Dumbledore couldn't act against him because of a blood pact they'd made in their youth, a magical oath preventing them from fighting each other. Everything changed in 1945. After Dumbledore finally broke free from the pact, he challenged Grindelwald to what became the most legendary duel in magical history. Despite wielding the Elder Wand, Grindelwald was defeated and imprisoned in his own fortress, where he remained until Voldemort killed him decades later. Voldemort's first rise, 1970 to 1981. The Second Great Conflict began when Tom Riddle, now calling himself Lord Voldemort, launched his campaign for power. Starting around 1970, Voldemort's Death Eaters unleashed systematic terror across Britain. They murdered Muggleborns, half-bloods, and anyone opposing them, marking each killing with the Dark Mark hovering in the sky. Voldemort had prepared carefully. He'd created multiple Horcruxes, making himself nearly immortal by splitting his soul. He recruited not just wizard fanatics, but werewolves, giants, and dementors, building an overwhelming coalition of darkness. The Ministry of Magic crumbled under the assault. Paranoia infected everything. The Imperious Curse meant anyone could be an unwilling traitor. Dumbledore formed the Order of the Phoenix in 1971 to resist, but the cost was devastating. Entire families were massacred. Heroes fell one by one. The war's climax centered on a prophecy about a child who could defeat Voldemort. Targeting the Potters, Voldemort tracked them to Godric's Hollow on Halloween 1981. He killed James and Lily, then turned his wand on baby Harry. But Lily's sacrificial love created protection so powerful that Voldemort's curse rebounded, destroying his body and ending the war. The final battle, 1995 to 1998, 14 years later, Voldemort returned to physical form through dark ritual. The Ministry denied it for a year, giving him time to rebuild his forces. He freed his imprisoned followers from Azkaban and infiltrated the government from within. After Dumbledore's death in 1997, Voldemort seized complete control. He installed a puppet minister, established the Muggleborn Registration Commission, and transformed Hogwarts into an institution of cruelty and dark propaganda. Meanwhile, Harry, Ron, and Hermione hunted Horcruxes across Britain, destroying the anchors keeping Voldemort alive. Their mission culminated in the Battle of Hogwarts in 1998, the largest magical conflict ever fought. The final confrontation saw Harry willingly sacrifice himself, destroying the Horcrux within him while surviving through his mother's ancient protection. When Voldemort attacked him one last time, the Elder Wand, loyal to Harry, not Voldemort, caused the killing curse to rebound. Voldemort fell, ending 3 generations of dark wizarding wars. These conflicts reshaped the magical world, proving that love and sacrifice could triumph over even the darkest magic.